Welcome back to Factorio Megabase-In-A-Book. My name is Nilaus, and we are continuing on the scaling part. Some things have happened. I've been working a bit between episodes because, well, let's see. I think that we've all seen hooking up enough plastic builds, and especially iron builds. So I hooked up another iron build by myself over here, just to make sure, because I was starting to see some warnings here on the iron belts. And I also was kind of seeing some plastic warnings, so I am standing right here, right now, up here by our new plastic build. This is going to be plastic 4. And the reason why it's not actually, I don't think plastic is actually in a deficit right now, but the buffers are so big that plastic needs to flow into reds, that need to flow into blues, that need to flow into space science, and then when the space science scales up by 50%, then it's going to draw in an immense amount of blues, that's going to draw in more reds, that's drawing more plastic, and then we start looking at things. Particularly, this is also why I think we saw iron being in a deficit, because we were sort of with additional demand of blue, then we had an extra demand of greens, and that's an extra demand of iron and copper is just doing better than iron, because we both have the copper for these down here, but also the new ones. Actually, if you look at these, how much we've actually drained despite having almost 100 mining productivity, we are still seeing that these are decreasing. That's actually very interesting, I think, because this is one of the things that I've always sort of been having the thought that, well, we are going to increase our mining productivity faster than we're going to deplete it, so it's probably never going to run out. That's how it works in Dyson Sphere, but that's not how it works in Factorio, because you're still consuming this. You're just getting more output of it. And that means you can sort of have fewer miners filling up a belt. Obviously, we have way too many miners here filling up a belt, and I could get way more if I restructure this part. Not going to do that right now, but it might be something that I have to do. Also, like this little tiny thing here is actually significant. So what we do now here is that after we've done like the previous episode of the previous episode where we just casually added another 2,500 space science, and just hopefully showed that how easy it actually can be done when you have all the templates ready. Well, we know that there's going to be a deficit, and that's what we see here. We see a plastic deficit, we see a blue deficit. We do not see a space science deficit for the first time in I don't know how long time. So let's start by looking at some of the stats here. Science, and there we go. Science on a 1 hour, on a 10 hour. So it's been looking really good right now, or it has been looking good for a very long time. And you can see here, the blue one is the space science. It's also jumped up from producing about 5 per second, or 5.4 I would say is the average, up here to 8.1 I would guess is the average. That's gonna come here. So we're definitely seeing a massive spike here, which is going to help us on filling out the buffers. Then where do we have those buffers? There. We are seeing this being loaded. That's nice and ready to go. And on top of that, we're almost having one extra load ready to go. So we're starting to see this stack up, and hopefully also actually being full. So what is it we want to do today? Well, after we built the space science, it is natural for us to go, hey, oh, I shouldn't have gone back. Oh well. It is natural for us to want to just add the next, but we're actually not ready for that right now. And I'm gonna go back up here, and I'm gonna go that one. What we do need to do is make sure that after we add a new science, we're probably going to spend an episode figuring out where the bottlenecks are, and try to work our way to fix those before adding next. Because if we run out of everything, it's going to be really difficult to figure out where our actual problems are, because everything will be blinking, right? If we run out of iron and copper, then it's going to cascade into greens, into blues, into reds, into pretty much everything, and then we won't see the right picture. We might look at it as being green that's running out, but actually it's copper that's running out into greens. So we need to make sure that when we add more draw of resources for new science, then we also add another production of it. And we also have to remember that it's not going to work until we actually scale this up, adding 2 more of these builds, which is exactly what there's room for at this location. Right, so what is it we need? Well, first of all, we are going to go up here, and I'm going to send you back because you're blocking everything right now. We do have a problem with the plastic. You can see that there's a warning here, but is that warning actually correct? I don't know, because it's not actually monitoring correctly. So what I need to do is I need to look at how I did the monitoring for this part. That here. And I'm going to be doing something similar. I would just going to put this in here as a template, and it'll be... I'll just change the name. There, Ghost. Ghost is always a good number, just so that it doesn't get confused the other ones. Right. So I'm going to need a thing like this. Let's do that. Here. Right. What are you saying? You're saying when a red signal... That's going to be a red signal. And that goes into a green wire to here. Alright. This signal is sending a red. When the red is greater than T, I wonder what T is. T is probably going to be read stop train. Stop train. There. So we are getting one red signal, yes. And we are not getting a stopped train because we're not monitoring. Read stop train, that's going to be value T. So right now the stop train is the ID of the train. It's really weird that it works like this. Let's see if we can see the ID of the train. This should be somewhere here. Train ID 9725. Yes. So if the train ID, which will always be 1 or higher, is not lower than the red signal, then at this point it means that there is a train. Okay, there are three conditions. Either there's no train, then there will be no red signal, and the red signal cannot be higher than T. That's one condition. So that's not going to be telling us anything. The second condition is that there is a train currently being loaded. That's what we are seeing right now. And that the condition is they will have a red signal, that's 1, and a T that's greater than or equal to 1, which means it's not going to send anything. And the third condition is that there's a train here that is fully loaded and ready to go out, but stuck because there's no one who's demanding it. In that case, I have a red signal because there's a train here, there's something blocking that, but I do not have an input signal because this one is not being read as a stopped train because it's not technically stopped here. It is parked here while waiting. So if this one gets the blinkiness, and now it's actually sending it out, and it will send it out until it clears the station. Good, it works. Those are, I mean, either I'm being nice to you by summarizing the idea of it, or it's because I can't remember what the hell I built for this that I had to sort of build it one more time. And I'm bringing it in on a green wire. Oh, I don't like mixing those wires here. Anyway, it has to be a green wire because it is, in my definition, it is a notification. So I'm going to take... I think I'll have to get these up here. Yes. And I will be taking that one here and here. And that one goes to here. And then I'll take this little one in there. Alright. Is it getting any signals? No, not yet. Not yet. Can I get all of this junk? I can. There. All of this junk, yes. And all of this junk, except not that one. Whoa, that's annoying. Yeah. Any signals? Nope. Yeah. And over at this location. Oh, look at that. This is actually where we... Long ago, we had a main base that took up this space. Right, so at this point, actually, I do think I need one more. Because I need to monitor it over on this side as well. So I am getting it at this point. You gotta go in as well. I am deeply saddened by the fact that it's not really getting anything. Alright, so let's look at this location. At this location, I just simply have a conversion of a 1-to-1. That's going to be changed for copper as well. There we go. And that will now go here. This is basically just a one-way signal so that it sends a signal in, but it doesn't send the signal back and gets confused. But that means I can look at this and see how many trains or how many plastic trains are actually waiting here. This is a deeply disappointing one, and that's because we do not have enough coal train stations. If I'm being honest, I know why, because I have 29 stations that require coal, but I only have 22 train stops, and all of these actually are sort of parking places. So that is a good reason why things are not working. That's also an easy thing for us to fix if we can find a coal train. Wow, this is a cute lack of coal trains. There we go. We copy that train and then we go back to our location. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off you go. Send off the coal trains. They should still have it, and if they don't have it, that means we don't have enough coal in our network to actually support this. I should have plenty of coal just ready for storage here. 1. Okay, maybe that's some of the ones that are further down, like this one. Yeah, look at that. This is completely idle. This is sending a signal of 3. Yeah, so this one can take 3 and the other one can take 3. So we definitely have no problem at all with the amount of coal we have storage right now. I'm going to put that in. There we go. Get that in here. Right, so that is actually the monitoring for copper in this case. Great for one of them. And if I'm looking at it, it's still not getting anything. And I'm not actually surprised by it. So what I need to do is, I think I need to do that from the map view. I'm going to need to do something that takes all of this. Yep. And that needs to be put into the other plastic locations, such as this plastic location. Carefully. Like that. And then since it's inside the robot network. Oh, this is not great. This is not... I am not happy about that. Oh dear, who did that? Who did that? Well, maybe that's not the end of the world. It is kind of the end of the world, but yeah. Well, I see if I can fix that. Okay, that was 1, 2. And then we have another one down here. That is 3. And the last one is here. 4. And we have our builder buddies. Let's get that overlay out. You're going to go here, and then you're going to go to that location, and you're going to go here, and then to that location. But what I do not like is this part here. Right, we actually have an iron location that is missing. That is interesting, I guess. Right, is there any way for this one to not be connected? First of all, I'd like to build it in here then. That's not working. It has to be further down. How far down? This is as far down as it should be. If it was here, I could do it. If it's here, I can't do it, right? There's no way for me to build it in that location. Because if it's just one down, then I could take this one and push it one down, and then everyone would be happy. Gotta be careful about this. So this is still problematic. Is there any way for me to get just one more down here? No, don't see it. Same on this side. It is already as tightly packed as it can be. So I guess it's a bit of a doom and gloom situation here, that this will have to be like that. What is the problem with this? Well, the problem is that it's actually... It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. The only thing is, like, now this one is not an isolated network. And I will get my inbound here. This is also interesting. Oh, they're down here. Yes, that's the one. Good. Much easier. What? Copper? No, the horror, the horror. I can't cope with the fact that we are running out of copper. That is not something I was anticipating. I was always... I even said it, how confident I was the fact that copper was just never a problem. Except it might be. So we now have 26 trains. Still not enough. And I'm going to get one more of those coal trains. And here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I feel they have a lot of trains in this network, but how many is a lot of trains? You don't really have a clue if when you're just looking at it and go like, I know I have a lot of trains. So I'd say, well, close to 500. 452, yeah. At twice as many stations as I have trains. That's actually quite peculiar. But then, yeah, well, that is just how I usually do this. Right, so what we've done now is we have upgraded this with a monitoring for plastic, so we can actually look at plastic. I've also taken the liberty of removing the old plastic so they're not in the way and recover the materials. So that is good, and now I'm going to have to find a way to get out of this miserable location. It's not miserable. Man, I can feel those 2/3 speed here. There, and hit your ride. Right, so let me go back. Good, that's the one. All right, let's look at the next thing that's broken. We are going to close our eyes to the fact that iron might be in trouble. It really shouldn't, but let's have a look. This iron is the newest one, and it's the one furthest away. Do you have locations everywhere? Do you have... Okay, they do have loading, iron trains loading for all but one, and I think that's fine. This one already has a train coming in, so I wish you could see which one it is, but there is a train coming in since it is allocated. It's blue, so there is a train en route to this location. But that's also one of the other things. It takes a while for it to get all the way up here, and the distance is starting to become a problem. So what else do we have issues with? Well, blue circuits. That is a whole lot of not at all a surprise. So I'm going to be putting out a new blue circuit here. And we just know that if I put it down the new blue circuits, I'm also going to have an issue with green circuits very, very shortly thereafter, and probably also sulfuric acid. That is a given. I'm going to put you here, but not that. And I will see where my spidertron is. Oh, they're slow. Need to get all the way down there. Okay. Maybe this one. I can start working on it myself, right? If I'm back again. Good. Although, you know, you gotta be honest. It's actually better if you're working on this and I'm working on the smaller edition. Also, then I run around between tracks, and that's always a good idea for me to do that. And I will need to go down to... It's this one. Again, build it here, or go here. So what else do we think we will have an issue with? Well, science is not going to be an issue right now, because the only one that was lacking was the space science, and space science is doing great. Now, space science is working at 7,500 right now, or actually 8,100 right now, so it's going to be over-consuming a lot, such as blue circuits are being over-consumed. Let's have a look at the blues here. 20,000, 27,000. I'm just looking at the numbers here just to see if we're 22,000 and 11,000. Those are the four, and then we have the fifth one down here. Yeah, so it is actually correct that we are actually at a deficit and we need to build more. Another important thing is to see that none of these are actually running out of materials. So it's not slowing down because we are not producing enough. As long as the greens are flowing, that's excellent. Then if we scan through the green ones here, just to see that there's nothing not working. And go here. Yeah, so that's good to know. Good to know. And where are we? We are actually way faster. Good. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have to send you back, my friend. There. I love running in front of trains. It's a good time. Still nothing here. Yeah, so let's have a look at this one. This is at 31,000. Now it's at 32,000. Destination full. I get one plastic confirmed here. Yes, one plastic. Yay! That is, and we now have 0 plastic. Well, we have 1 plastic, but it's going to set to 0 as soon as it clears the station. All right. Well, plastic is being consumed at full rate. So where is it being consumed for? It is being consumed for low density structures. Yep. We're going to scan through these to see if any of them are missing. Nope. And down here, the two new ones that we built for the last build. Okay, so at least we're not in a position where plastic is running out. Let's scan for the red circuits. There, that's red circuits, and we have another red circuit. No, that's definitely not red circuits. That's actually not the core red circuits. Where is it? There, red circuit. You're healthy, and you're healthy, and being unloaded plastic. Yes, you are also healthy and being unloaded and having plastic. So that's actually pretty good, and I am almost done with this one as well. And that will just put a massive draw on our green circuit build, and a bit on our red, and a bit on everything else. So I'll build this one, because this now looks like it's ready. What we'll then do after this is done, we'll just scan through and see if we have any ghosts anywhere. Just gradually decreasing. And if we get the last two ghosts away, and then all I need is go over here, get that. Now, as a result of this, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be lacking on greens. So I think I want to make two more greens and one more red here in this location, because we're going to need it anyway for our next build as we scale up. And I really want to be ahead of the curve instead of behind the curve in terms of it. So I think that it's going to be time for us to build a green circuit build here. What I'm scaling up to is actually somewhat aligned with the expectation for 7,500. Somewhat aligned. That's about as good as I can say it. All right, so there's more work for the poor spidertrons to get to. So let's get those in here, and I will also try to get the hell out away from this. Still nothing here, unfortunately. I am going to hitch a train ride home if I can find that. And, you know, I might just be heading in here. And instead I will go to take my builder train for supplies. Will also go in here. Or maybe it'll go there. Yes. Alright. So we get this one in. I think we will have issues with our raw materials quite soon. How is this the new blue circuit building? It is, well, it's getting there, but it is certainly missing. Just get so much green circuit coming, and there's the sulfuric acid that we're waiting for. This will also be starting to draw a lot of sulfuric acid because our buffer for sulfuric acid is quite low. We are going to push, and that should be a production start very cleanly. Come on. There we go. We used to get the first blues out, so it is working. That's good to know. And I can help my poor spidertrons with the build here. They look sad now. Okay, maybe just wait for the spidertron, for the robots to actually come in, and then I'll be doing the patching up of this. What we will do when we do the next episode where we add the yellow signs, I think I'll move backwards this time, because I think that red and green is the least problematic thing. And so I'll be moving backwards, so it's going to be yellow and purple signs. Purple signs is just going to mean realizing that I need to scale up I double my steel production or some silly things like that. Right, so as we are getting to this point, I am going to do, again, a scan to see, do we have any? We have one. Where? That one. I see it. I see you up there. Good. As that one is done, I am going to send you down here to get exhausted. I don't think it can actually build more than that. And then I will be enabling this station, the screen station. So we are just really scaling up on a lot of things here. I am not adding more trains, and that might be an issue. We'll see. Funny how this isn't just built. Never mind. Since we're building a lot of stuff right now, then I don't think the right answer is to also build more solar panels. We have a lot of solar panels. What I could do, I don't really like it, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's one of those things, right? Here. That's the one. It needs to be done. And I will go down here. Help build this. My robots, are they helping? Yeah, they're helping here. Good. And I'll be moving down to this location just to get all the stuff that I think I'm missing. Pretty sure we're going to be running out of pretty much everything before we're done with this. So let's get all of that and all of that and some of that. Oh, that's not happening. Oh, I don't know what happened. Okay, that's just that. Goodbye. There. Let's have a look at you. You are really strained for anything. Just trying to get whatever you can built, and then I'll take care of the rest. I do love this. There's just something about just the satisfaction of seeing robots flying out like this. Yep, oh, the copper. Man, the copper. I can't cope with copper right now. Why? Because I was kind of expecting that copper would never be a problem, because I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't get why I can run out of copper. That's so crazy. But I am. It's honestly, it's unfortunately true. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then these as well. 1 and 2 additional. Oh, I have one there. I don't know, 15 copper locations and still 2 more out there of the big ones, and we're still running out. It's only gonna get worse, by the way, because right now I'm just demanding a lot of copper with these coming online. Where are we? We are here. This one is not coming online. This one is coming online, but you can also see 3 iron trains, 1 copper train. Clearly, copper is not sort of idling. You know, there is one point here. I have 37 stations that need it, but I only have 26 stops. We can see if that's mainly a train issue, or it is... Oh, I'm also out of everything again. You know what? We'll send the spidertrons back home and replenish. There we go. I can look at this and see... Actually, this is the detailed. I'm providing 21. And I am demanding 22. So there's a small deficit. Iron wise, I'm providing 12. I'm providing 8 and requesting 13. So that's -5. I'm providing 19. I am requesting 24 copper. So there is still a discrepancy between... I'm still providing a lot, and there could be trains en route to those, but there could also not be. And I'm going to go down here. Just anything we can build is good. What? Oh, I thought it was... this one was actually building by itself. Oh, man, that would have been bad. And... this will probably put another drain on our plastic, and now sulfuric acid is also being drained. It's not surprising that it's being drained. I'm gonna need all of that, and all of that, and all of that, and one of those. There we go. And I'd like you to be able to drive home as well. Let's back up on the main line. And I'm gonna get all of that as well. Go back. All right. And our... yeah, I don't really care about it. Being damaged, don't care. Being destroyed, yeah, they'll be replenished. We have set up a pretty solid defense that is really self-contained. It's not the one that minimizes the amount of damage taken, but it is completely self-contained, and whatever gets destroyed will be repaired and rebuilt again. And I think that's the main part about defenses. You have to automate it, so you don't ever have to manage it at all. Here, and where are our spidertrons? They are actually coming back. That's good. That is good. I was kind of wondering if they would be coming back there, or how fast they would be coming back. It's not really a lot that's missing. There's missing a lot of belts here and there, or mainly here. And then I want to see that the whole thing stabilizes after it being run for a while. Now, I don't ever want to see greens being running out of greens, or running out of reds, or running out of blues either. I don't actually want to see anything running out. But if it has to be something, then let it be raw materials, because that's the stuff that I can just add in. Everything else should be more or less built to spec. Alright, let's have a look at this one from a ghost perspective. There's still an awful lot of ghosts in this build. Ah, yes, I know what I'm missing. Let's get you down here. I'm missing the steel boxes. Okay, and let's see how much are we missing here. We're missing, yeah, 20 steel boxes. Let me get up here and build whatever I can while waiting for the robots to, or the spidertrons to come in and support. And where are they? They're coming in. Good. And I wonder if the spidertrons have steel chest. They must have steel chest. I've been building so many things that they should be having everything they need. This is working. I got the iron coming in. I am still hungry for more steel, but copper, but I am getting the copper here. This is also interesting. I have 9 stops and I have 9 trains. That's no good. I definitely need to have more than 9 trains here. So, again, with that. And I'm gonna get, I don't know, just get more. That's no good. That is really bad. That means we're actually running out of green circuits again. Oh, that's not good. Not again, but we are running out of green circuits, which is not like, it's the least good thing to run out of. The fact that I can build trains, but they don't leave, that's because they don't have anywhere to leave to. So if I look at my green circuit, it does say that there are plenty of locations. I'm providing 20 and only requesting 14. So why, for example, are you not able to go in here? It's because it's not ready. I was providing 0. This one is providing... Oh, right. I know why. Because these are mainly for the generic ones. And where I have some green circuits available is this one. And I know someone has already commented on it that it's kind of misleading that you think that you have 3 available here. But those are only available to the green signs, the green circuits to green signs. So this is completely redundant from a global perspective, and therefore shouldn't be part of the global demand or global setup. And that's true. Here. And go down there. And I'll do a scan for all the stuff we just built. We are having... Oh, what? There's a... Okay, that got fixed. And again, I'll do ghosts. Scan. There are still 9 belts. Where? Somewhere here? Oh, over there. I see you. And I will be taking care of opening these, because now that is the last thing we're missing. I'm going to open the green one first. That's now open. And I will be going down here and opening the red one as well. There. Wow. That is definitely a scale up here that we did in this episode. So before the episode, I built 1 more iron, 1 more plastic. We've set up the plastic. Then we've built 1 more blue. That's working. And blue is no, blue is still there. Oh my god, why are we seeing? Oh no, purple science is off. Oh no, why is purple? How can purple science be off? Okay. Okay. I was starting this episode with so few things that were broken, and I'm ending the episode with way more things that are broken. I need to figure out if that is because things are not working. Maybe it's not actually this bad. Maybe it's because it just came in here and took another train out, and when this gets back up to 32, then we should be good. It's not because anything is in deficit, so things are progressing, and this one would also be like the serious warning. So this is like an advanced warning that I don't have any extra stockpile. So we have the stockpile warning, those are the ones we see here, and then we have the urgent warning, the ones that say that we are actually not producing it because we've run out. And there we go. That's what we wanted to see. Green circuits are out. While they're not out again, they just don't have the buffer. That's why we built all of this. And copper is going to be worse and worse and worse because of this. How many copper trains? Now we have 26. I don't think we have enough copper locations here. These are still not going out because they're waiting for green circuit builds to be available. So that will be eventually go into these two when we have it, and then we'll also send out more trains to pick up more copper. I think it's going to be valuable to have more copper going. Like here's another copper, yay. What about this? This is getting its copper, so it's not making red circuits. Again, red circuits is one of the things that's going to just consume a lot of materials. Well, it's going to consume a lot of materials to fill up the buffer, but when the buffer is full, it's just nice and idle. 82,000 here. Okay, so that's only one train load here, and this one has 175, and this one has 79. So one load, two loads, three loads are available of red circuits. But blue should eventually. So basically what I want to do now is let the whole damn thing run for about an hour at least, or maybe even two, just to see that things are working. And I'll do that so that next time we can come in and see if things have stabilized or have gotten worse. So let me know in the comment section whether you think things will get better or get worse if we leave it going for a while. Do you think that we have enough as it is and it's just filling up the buffers for the new stuff we built, the blues, the greens, the reds, or do you think that we've actually in a raw material deficit when all is said and done, and we are consuming more raw materials than we are actually getting into the base? Let me know. And also, of course, thank you very much everyone for following and being part of this very long and very cool journey. So thanks everyone for watching, and thank you particularly to the Patreon supporters who are supporting the channel. I really appreciate it, and that's the reason why we keep going much longer than I had actually anticipated. So big thanks to the Patreon supporters. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.